Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bolden. Thank you all for joining me. I had to talk about this because it's crazy. Unbeknownst to maybe perhaps a lot of you, Velma from Scooby Doo. Remember Scooby Doo, the cartoon back in the late 1960s, early 70s. One of my favorite cartoons. I used to watch this cartoon every Saturday morning. Man, Saturday mornings was awesome. By the way, for those that came up during that time, Saturday morning was awesome. I mean, they had all the cartoons would come on from like 7 o'clock in the morning to like 12 noon on just about every channel. Although back in those days, there weren't that many channels to begin with, but still, all the cartoons and kids would be gathered in front of the TV on that day, Saturday morning, from 7 in the morning to 12 noon. They'd be gathered in front of the TV watching all the types of different cartoons. Sometimes it was hard to figure out which cartoon to watch first because sometimes they'd all come on come on at the same time on different channels. They'd be like, man, well, do I want to watch Scooby Doo? Do I want to watch Bugs Bunny? Do I want to watch Speed Race? What? I don't know. But what I want to talk about here is that the left just won't give up trying to corrupt our youth and corrupt what we normally have being raised with in terms of cartoons, movies, music. And what I'm talking about is Scooby Doo. And accordingly, Velma is now officially gay. Velma. Yeah, she's officially gay. Let's get into this article and let's find out exactly what the details is here. And it says Google shower confetti containing LGBT and lesbian pride flags whenever users search the name of Scooby Doo character Velma or Velma Dinkley. Not Thelma, I said Velma. As if it's a good time. Velma, okay? The LGBT and lesbian flags now appear in front of a captive audience in the wake of producers at Warner Brothers officially confirming that Scooby Doo franchise's team sleuth Velma Dinkley is a lesbian. There you go. For years, LGBT activists have insisted that the character is gay or bi or some such thing. Meanwhile, other producers have also reported trying to make the character explicitly lesbian. Now, let me say this before I go any further. I can't say whether or not she was lesbian or not. When I was coming up watching her, I had, watching the cartoon Scooby Doo, I had no indication. I wasn't thinking, man, maybe she's gay or maybe this person's gay. I wasn't thinking of any of that. I was too young to even be thinking about that foolishness, which goes to show you that when you have young people at that age thinking about that type of stuff or pushing that type of stuff or being transgender and dressing as drag queens and all that, then that lets you know that someone is teaching them that because they're not growing up at that age, 5 or 6 or 7 years old, wanting to be a drag queen. Somebody's teaching them that. May I say the sick, nasty parents are teaching them that? I said it's sick and nasty because that's what they are. I'm not holding back on stuff like that. You need help. Article goes on to say, but throughout the history, so I never thought about that. Let me say this real quick. I never thought about that. I never thought about whether she's gay or not, or any of the characters is gay or anything. I was just laughing and having a good time. Okay, I was too young to think about those type of subjects. But the question is, was Velma actually gay or was she not? I don't know. But this is what these producers supposedly, apparently, according to this article, the LGBT community have been trying to say for the longest that she is. Who knows, right? But throughout the history of Scooby Doo, the article says, there's never been any obvious allusions to her LGBT-related sexuality on the screen until now. The series' new Halloween special shows Velma becoming speechless and getting steamed glasses and Google-eyed when she sees a female character, Coco Diablo, who is portrayed as a hip black woman with long white hair. And if you see the clip, it's like about 15 seconds, and it's silly. It's really silly. I'm going to try to show you guys that clip. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. So if you can't, at least you'll be able to hear at least some of it. So let's get into this.
And as promised, here are your Scooby snacks.
pretty sick, right? I mean, even if you couldn't fully see that, you probably saw a reflection of it. But that's the best way I can. I don't know how to actually show the screenshots, and I haven't gotten that good yet. I'm learning, so be patient with me. But yeah, clearly, that's pretty bad. The article goes on to say, in another scene, Velma becomes googly-eyed when Diablo calls her cute and touches her shoulder. And you can try. Let's just check this out. See if you can see this. So you saw that right there, right? It's crazy, just crazy. It's crazy. But the article goes on to say, as Broadband News previously reported, director James Gunn has said he wanted Velma to be gay, but, quote, the studio just kept watering it down, becoming ambiguous, and erased his original script descriptions. And when they gave Velma a boyfriend in the sequel, Gunn scoffed. Says Tony Carvona, a producer of the Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated series, echoed those sentiments in 2020. I've said this before, but Velma in Mystery Incorporated is not bi, she's gay. He said, we always have planned on Velma acting a little off and out of character when she was dating Shaggy because her relationship was wrong for her and she had unspoken difficulty with the why. While more recent producers, directors, writers, and animators have expressed wanting the character to be gay, neither Joe Ruby nor Ken Spears, the original series creators from 1969, ever spoke up about their original intentions. Both Ruby and Spears died in 2020. That's the end of that article there. I just wanted to read that. I hope you guys were able to see some of that stuff on their video, or at least hear it. But the point is simple, is that here's the thing that I wanted to say on this, and I said this before, I'm going to keep saying it. I believe that these producers, these LGBT producers and writers are trying to, this is a liberal ideology. This is a Marxist ideology. They're trying their best to change the behavior of the viewers that watch it. The other night I was watching Hellraiser. The Hulu release Hellraiser, which came out last night, actually. I think it was the 7th. And at first, I was like, I don't really want to watch. At first I was like, I saw the trailer for it. And I was like, should I watch it? Should I not watch it? I don't know. I was debating about it. I was like, they're probably going to have some LGBTQ stuff in there in your face. And I don't want to deal with that. Okay, you can have it on the side, but I don't want it to be the main plot of the movie. Make the movie. Please make a movie. So, I'm hearing good reviews for the film, so I decided to go and watch it. By the way, Hellraiser is a rebooting of the 1984 classic by Clive Barker of the same name. And I said, let me go ahead and watch this. I'm hearing good reviews about it. Let me go ahead and watch it. And I watch it, and and some people are going to have a problem with me saying this, but I don't care, because I believe there's an agenda being pushed. Period. I've been studying this and reading up on this. I believe there's an agenda being pushed, and that's why I speak on it. Like the first, I'd say 5 minutes of the movie, maybe not even that, less than that, we see two men in bed together. But we see two men in bed together, right? And this is not throughout the movie, thank God. But these two characters are main plot devices. They're two of the main characters in the movie. And I'm like, come on, man. Why do we keep having to have that in there? That's not common as people think it is. It's not. Most people don't live that lifestyle. They're not. That's the minority. So why are you trying the gay lifestyle? That's your choice. Please I want people to understand where I'm coming from. As a consenting adult, that is your choice. I could care less about what you choose to live your life. That's between you and God, okay? And between you and whoever you with. I don't have nothing to do with that, okay? But The question is, if that lifestyle, if those people are a minority in the country, which they are statistically, then why is it that producers and writers and these politicians are trying to push it to make it look like they're the majority? Because that's a lie. It's because I believe they're trying to change, they're trying to normalize that lifestyle so that people will not oppose it. Because there's a darker, deeper, more nefarious agenda being pushed. That's what I believe. Now, having said that, was the movie good? Was Hellraiser good? Yes, it was. It was good in terms of it being a good movie. It could have been better in spots, but it was good. But to put that part in there, I had to put it on mute and turn around. I didn't want to see that. I don't want to see two men clutching up being kissed. I don't want to see that. And then let me give you something else. I'm going on. I'm trying to get you. Just follow me here. Follow me down the yellow brick road. The TV series Chucky. I love the Chucky movies. I'm a horror fan. Anyone know me? I'm a horror fan. I always have been, always will be. Watch all the Child's Play movies. They come out with a new Chucky series. We come find out that the main character that Chucky befriends is gay. Now somebody may argue, well, but look, okay, he's gay. But why would you make the main character that way? Why would you make the main character gay? And then in the second season, you have a scene in it where two of these gay boys, they're not adults, they're kids, about to kiss. They didn't really kiss, but they were about to. Why would you put that in there if you wasn't trying to normalize that kind of behavior between two kids? And I see this stuff downtown when I'm at work. I see this type of stuff downtown. When I'm on my bike, propped up in front of Tower City in downtown Cleveland, I see this among our young people. Just several weeks ago, I saw a couple of young people, teenagers, they hadn't been no more than about 14, 15 years old, French kissing, two boys, French kissing right in front of me. Like, I don't care you looking, no big deal, because in their mind, they think it's normal. It's not normal. But you got cartoons and movies that's trying to normalize it, and they're trying to poison the youth. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I see, and I'm telling you what I know. I may sound dogmatic. I may sound aggressive. I may sound, pushy, but it is what it is. And to push this kind of agenda is sickening. And when you're putting it in cartoons and so forth, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to corrupt and poison the youth. Period. Bottom line. I'm not going to change on that philosophy until the day they take me off of YouTube. I'm going to continue to say that. I'm going to continue to say that. You know, look, man, look. Do your thing. Do your thing, okay? But in the cartoons, come now. Come now. Now they're trying to push that she's gay. And let me sum this video up let me start summing this video up. It's getting to the point now for me personally that when I hear a new TV series coming out or a new movie coming out, if it's have anything to do with the bigger Hollywood productions or Hulu or anything like that or Netflix, because they've become a part of the elite now. If it has anything to do with them, I'm like, I don't know. And my suspicions always seems to ring true. They always seem to be pushing some woke ideology one way or the other. It's hard to get away from this kind of stuff. That's one of the reasons why I go back to the movies from the 70s and the 80s and even to some extent the 90s. Is because them the only movies that seem to be not trying to push this kind of stuff, even though some of that kind of stuff and those kind of lifestyles were in some of those movies to some extent, but they weren't main character plot points. And the ones that were, it was tasteful. It was tasteful. Very few weren't. Let me retread that back. For the most part, that wasn't the case. They weren't the main characters in the movies. They weren't. Not from the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. That I know of, that I observed, that I watched. But you're seeing this now. Why? Because they're trying to push an agenda. The purpose is to corrupt the youth so it's easier to control them in the future. They're going to be our next presidents. They're going to be our next senators and next House reps. They're going to be our next mayors and world manipulators and world movers. And if you have that ideology and that worldview, woe unto America. Woe unto America. Sad, 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 sad case. But look, at the end of this video, when I watch Scooby Doo, I'm not watching newer Scooby Doo. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to patronize something that you're trying to destroy. Not going to do that. I'll watch the old Scooby Doo the way it's supposed to be. So if the creators of the old Scooby Doo's intentions were to make Velma gay or a lesbian, they didn't show it and they didn't openly confess it. So if they didn't show it or indicate it in any way in the cartoon or openly confess it that she was a lesbian, then what's going on here? You tell me. That's all I had to say. What do you guys have to say about this whole idea? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and see you again.